Welcome to Trade Talk, the podcast where construction pros connect, share, and grow. Brought to you by Contractors Connect, this show dives into real-world issues facing today's builders on and off the job site.
Whether you're swinging a hammer, running a crew, or scaling a business, we've got the insights, stories, and expert tips to help you level up in the building industry.
I'm Sarah White.
And I'm Erin Bacher. And together, we'll be talking shop with industry leaders, tradespeople, and innovators who are shaping the future of construction.
Let's get to work. This is Trade Talk. Welcome back to Trade Talk, the podcast where construction pros connect, share, and grow. I'm your host, Sarah White.
And I'm Lindsay Lord, and today we are so excited to be joined by Jodi Peterman of Elizabeth Erin Designs, a nationally recognized interior design firm.
Yeah, Jodi's work goes far beyond beautiful spaces. She is redefining what it means to lead with purpose and balance creativity with business and build a design firm that doesn't burn you out.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about her journey from burnout to breakthrough and how healing has become part of her growth strategy.
I'm excited to hear what she has to say.
Yeah.
Let's dive in. If you're in the construction industry and your marketing feels more like a punch list than a plan, it might be time to call in the pros. At Bespoke Consulting, we help contractors and construction businesses get noticed with branding that builds trust, websites that convert, and marketing strategies that actually move the needle. Want to grow your business without wasting time or money? Start with Bespoke. Learn more at bespokeconsulting.com. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm happy to be here. I'm very excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start by hearing the story about your name, Elizabeth Erin Designs.
Oh my gosh, funny story. Okay, so backtrack in 2004, I started the company with a business partner. And then in 2007, I took the company over. Hence, it was her name before I had to change the name. So I was like, what am I going to name it? I know. Jodi Peterman Designs sounds so classic, not feminine, not too masculine, just perfect name. I was telling everybody, I was like, yeah, I'm going to name it Jodi Peterman Designs. Mind you, I said I was in New Jersey at the time, right? Dying, laughing on the floor. People, I'm not kidding you. I'm like, where'd you go? Why is that so funny? Why is my name so funny? Like, why are you laughing? That's my name. Like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I don't get it. And after the second person or third person, I'm like, what is seriously going on? They're like, Jodi Peterman is Elaine's goofy boss on Seinfeld. And like,
yes,
he's
I knew
such
that
a
sounded
goofball.
familiar.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'm not the goofball designer. Like, that is definitely not what I want to be known for. So, okay, we're going to have to come up with another name. So I'm in my loft at our little condo in New Jersey, typing away, working hard, have the two little girls downstairs working. And of course, they're kids being kids, right? And all of a sudden I lean over the railing because they're driving me flipping bonkers.
As they do.
Yes, as they do. And I'm like, Hannah, Elizabeth, and Sydney, Erin. And I was like, wait, Hannah, Elizabeth Erin Designs. There we go.
Yeah.
That's how the name came to be.
I love it.
Love it.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So along those lines, what sparked your interest in design? How did you get started in this industry?
Oh my gosh. So I was like in the whole fashion design world, interior design world for a long time. My grandma started her own company. She was a farm wife. She went to college and for homemaking back then. She taught school. So she would teach me how to sew. I got a Barbie, not the Barbie dream house, the pink one like everybody got. I got a beautifully wooden made Amish one that for Christmas.
Do you still have it?
I still have it.
That's amazing.
I do. I actually gave it to my niece because my girls were never girly girls.
Yeah.
Hannah, Elizabeth, and Sydney, Erin were into dinosaur sticks and trucks and Matchbox cars, not baby dolls and Barbie dolls. So I gave it to my niece, but my grandma, like I would cut, like we'd go to the fabric store. I would make drapes. I would stick it up like wallpaper. I'd do the whole thing. Plus I was playing with Barbie. So I was like, do I go to design school or fashion school? I didn't know, but I was 7 years old. And I distinctly remember standing in the doorway between my grandma's living room and their kitchen. And they were having some event. And I just had my hands on my hips. And I'm like, I'm going to go to Iowa State for design. They're like, yeah, okay. Go play. We're like doing adult things. I'm like, all right. And that's what I knew exactly where I was going to go to school. And I thought that happened for everybody. And it doesn't. And so I was teetering back and forth.
Did you grow up in Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Iowa. And so I went to school and I decided to go into fashion design. And I did my internship in fashion design and everything else. And then when I left and went to Houston, had the girls, told husband, we need to go back on the East Coast. I need to be on the East Coast. We moved to New Jersey. I'm like, I love the being at home mom thing, but I need more. And so I started working more on the interior design part. And then I started a company with a colleague of mine. Didn't turn out so well. She was very, it just didn't work out very well. Yeah. So then I went and did an internship with a designer in a local city in nearby, and I would have other moms. We had this really cool program where we would trade babysitting hours. So I would watch people's kids at night, so then they would watch my kids during the day, and we didn't have to pay anybody for it, right? And they're with other kids their own age and have so much fun. Anyways, I thought it was genius. So then I started working with her during the day, and then she's like, do you want to just buy into the company? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to buy into the company. Yes. And so I did that. And then that all went sideways for many, many reasons, which we probably don't want to get into on this podcast. Has to do with like things that I probably can't talk about. I'll get in trouble with the MOB. So that all ended. And then she said, I am out. Little did I know that they had taken and run up credit card debt in my name. $85,000 worth. Okay. Yeah. And so I told my husband it was 35. I went to the Small Business Association, and basically they're like, you take the company, you get the debt, then she goes away. Like they just go do their own thing. And I'm like, okay. So I took, how am I going to pay off 7 credit cards? It was like over $3,000 or $4,000 a month. Wow. So I got a job bartending that I made like enough money to cover all of the debt every month by working every Saturday night so I could run my business during the day.
You had to pay off that debt, bartending. Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, that's awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at Applebee's. It was not great. But I'm very personable, and I made lemons out of lemonades like I always do. And I saved up enough money, made the payment, I went to 10 banks. The 10th bank that I went to, everybody said no. The 10th one I went to was run by a woman. And she said, I'm going to give you a chance. Mm-hmm. And they consolidated all of those credit card loans into one payment. So that's why I worked. And then I not only worked, but I was able to save enough money so that when we moved to Iowa, I never took money from our personal fund, like from my husband, like what he was making, to pay it off. Like I got clients, I did all the things, and I made it happen.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
So what is design like in Iowa versus Florida?
That's so funny. But before we go into that, I have to say, like, so when I moved the company from New Jersey to Iowa, I was like panicking because like I was out of Iowa ever longer than I was in Iowa. So I was like, what do I know about Iowa? Get it together. What do we know about Iowa? Iowa women are, they make their homemade bread. Okay. They do all the designing. Yeah, before school. They do all the designing themselves. They have babies by trees. They don't need anybody like me. I am going to end up at Walmart as a door greeter, for God's sakes. No, I talked myself off the ledge. And when I got there and I started doing what I do best and getting in, I pivoted. Instead of going at design, I went in with staging. And staging was a softer approach to get people in. And then they were like, because they needed you to help sell their home because it was a hot buzzword topic. So that's what grew. And then from the staging, then they're like, now they've moved, help me with furniture, help me with paint colors, help me with all the things.
Okay.
So then I did that. And then that's how I started off with, I ended up hiring 2 designers to run the staging side, and then I had a couple designers doing the interior design side. And then we got approached by a local developer, the number 1 developer in the area, and they were building multifamily properties like so fast. And then so we started doing all of their work as well. And then we started the multifamily side.
Nice. So how is design different?
Yes. So now I can go into the difference between Iowa and Florida. In Florida, it's really not that different. What changed for me business-wise, because I always say that any good designer can go in and they can pivot. You can make it look farmhouse. You can make it look mid-century modern. You should be able to do that because you should have the background to be able to do it, okay? It's function first. So whether you're in Iowa or Florida, it's function. And so it's really just taking a step back, and what changed was me going through this spiritual awakening, coming into my own, finding the authenticity, making the changes that I needed to change in my life and how I lead the company and how I work with clients. It was one client in particular, my first client here, and I realized, so this is one difference between Iowa and here, people want the service of you holding their hand throughout the entire projects. Whereas in Iowa, you could get the design and hand it over to the contractors, and then they would take it from there. And then if they needed you, they would let you know, and that's fine. But here in Florida, they need, and I'm not even sure if it's just a Florida thing, because we did it with our clients in Tennessee. It's more of the type of clients that we work with. They're busy professionals, and it's a full-time job renovating or doing a new construction home.
Right.
And I just say we're like insurance. We carry that service where we're insurance. We bridge the gap of communication between the clients and the contractors. That's what we do. And so that was a big differentiator of when we started to hone in on our target market. As I started honing in on what I wanted the vision of the company to be, what did I want it to be as a leader? What do I want my employees to get on board behind? Like once I started to fine tune that, we fine tuned our avatar, our client, right? And then I was able to get that message out. And so now we're finding the clients that really appreciate that added service to be able to cover that gap.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of your kind of philosophy, livable luxe is like kind of a buzzword that is on your site. What does that mean to you?
Livable luxury to me means that it's not like a museum, right? You can actually live in it, but it's materials that make you feel good. You know what I mean? Like I believe in, I have a grandson. He's 3 years old. He eats everything like off the coffee table, and I've got to be able to clean it. You've got to be able to clean it and live the way that you want to live.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants a grandson eating off the coffee table, but whatever. But like I have, family members, and they like to eat spaghetti on the sofa, and I like a white sofa. So like you've got to be able to clean it. Yeah, I know. It works out really well. Row Furniture actually makes a beautiful line of kid and pet friendly fabric. So you're able to get that livable side of it, but actually the luxe side, because it cleans like a dream, right?
My husband likes to balance drinks on the arm of the chair.
Okay, yeah. Yes, red wine.
Yeah, whatever,
Soda,
it doesn't matter.
Whatever, bourbon, all the things.
Yeah, all the
things that stain.
Yeah.
Yes, so then, yes.
Hence why she has dark chairs.
I just got new ones, I decided to stop fighting, We're just going to get dark furniture that the dogs can sit on and they doesn't show dirt.
When you get ready to give that up and try something different, Row Furniture is amazing. It is literally, you can go white and you take like hot soapy
I've seen it.
towel.
You can like pour something on it.
Yeah. And well, the difference is like a lot of furniture's made where they take like in the olden days where you have the fabric on a roller and they spray the protectant coating on it. This Row makes it where the fibers have the coating in it. So that's how you can get it to feel like indoor furniture, but it cleans like outdoor furniture instead of it feeling like outdoor furniture, right?
Yeah.
The cleanability, the livability. Also, it means to me that your house flows. So any good designer should be able to go in and make it look beautiful. But if it doesn't function or flow, then what's the point? What did you just do? You made a beautiful space that doesn't work for your clients. So livable luxury also means putting on my listening ears, listening to what the clients are wanting, how they want to live in each space, and what's important to them, not what I think and how they should live in the space, but how are they actually going to be living in the space. If you want recliners, not my thing. You want recliners, we'll make it happen, and we'll do it in a way that everybody can see the TV and like where the it just feels like there's not a competition between the view, how the furniture is set up, and all of that. It creates that. Like you're almost like on a vacation every day when you walk in. Like that to me is livable luxury.
Yeah, I love that.
In a nutshell.
Love it.
I love that. So another one of your buzzwords is designing in 5D. What does that mean?
Oh my gosh. So here's like waiting for perfection, right? Perfectionism used to, and control used to like rule over my life. And I didn't realize how much until I started on my journey. But when you give up that control and start to surrender, you can just start creating, right? Creation starts filling in the gaps where energy used to be sucked away doing all the control things. So when I just said, I really want to do a podcast, I have a message, I want to get it out there. Because what I didn't tell you when I moved to Iowa is that we decided, my husband flew me out there, and we had just got done remodeling our place in New Jersey, like ripping all the things out and doing everything new. He's like, I don't want to do that. Just find some place we can just move into and I don't have to do that. And I was like, then you got to double the budget.
Yeah.
Because I can't find that in Iowa. It's like all oak. It's all red oak everywhere. Red oak trim and cabinets, and they've had like a sale on red oak, and it's all like in Iowa everywhere. And he's like, "You're being a princess." I literally spent a half a week there. He flew in, and then he's like, "I got something." I'm like, "Well, what did you find? What's the house? Let's see it." Because at that point, I just didn't care. I'm like, I'm not fighting everything. And he's like, "I bought land." And I was like, okay, I guess we're building. So we had a builder, and he was something else. Like, life just throws you that, that wonderful little business partner I had. Well, they threw me a builder, and this builder was, a piece of work. And we ended up in court, and it wasn't great. And I just became like literally the worst version of myself because of everything that he did. When I had it all done, we were working off of allowances, but I already had it all designed. And then he didn't like women at all. He handed my husband a book on how to be the king of the household, and gave it to my husband in front of me. And how to control your wife. Yes.
What?
Yes. This was a thing that happened. And I just sat there in my little wounded self, not knowing what to say. And my husband's like, "Well, Builder, do you want to go out to lunch?" And I was like, "This is awesome."
Gosh, you said you're divorced, right?
Yes. We're on the way. Papers haven't been signed yet, but as of today, they're filed and on their way. So yeah, that's part of the problem. Just not the emotional support, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I learned a lot, and I got to that point where I literally became the worst version of myself, and I was like, I can let this eat me alive and like just let it take me control over my life, or I can again turn lemonade from the lemons. And I'm like, I'm going to take this sour and make something good out of it. And I decided I was going to do the 5D process, because in Iowa, anybody can be a contractor. You don't have to be certified. There's no certification like there is here in Florida. You're not protected. In New Jersey, you're protected. In Florida, you're protected. I'm not sure about other states. I've worked in other ones, but like in Iowa, anybody can say they're a contractor. And so that's how we got into the situation we were in. And so I became up with this process. It's the process that I use to work our clients through to protect their budget. I say, forget the contractor. I don't care if you're in New Jersey, New York, Florida, Iowa, Timbuktu, forget the allowance game.
Okay.
Hire a designer to go through and design everything the way you want it. Yes, it's probably going to be over budget, because even the best designer, clients just want those bells and whistles. Right. They have that HGTV thing going on, and they just want all the things. Pinterest and Instagram and all the things. They want it all. So I'm like, let's design it the way you want it, and then let's contact the contractor, and we'll work backwards, and we'll value engineer it. So I came up with a process to do that, and I'm trying to educate people, because that really protects their budget.
Okay.
When instead of because when you're like, so let's say you're doing a kitchen, the first thing they're going to have you do is go pick out appliances so that the cabinet person can design the cabinets. Would you have spent $30,000 on appliances if you would have known that most of your budget was then you're going to want that special glaze on the cabinet? But see, you signed off on the appliances, and now they're already ordered, and now you're going to cabinets. And maybe you wouldn't have done that. So what we do is we come in.
And the cabinet's more important. It lasts forever. Well, it should.
Well, but then if you really want that 48-inch stove, we got to know that for the hood size, and that all plays in. It's all like robbing Peter to pay Paul. So if you can get it all designed up front, like to a T, do we want the backsplash going vertical, horizontal? Do we want it on an angle? Do we want the grout with the sealer in it so we don't have to clean it? Do we want a pot filler? Like everything we want is designed, right? And then we go through two rounds of edits. And by the second round of edit, we like to be 85% of the way to the end design. And at that point, we create extra special documents, like a sourcing document, which is like a checkoff sheet. Like, you need 3 of these door handles. These are the rooms they're going in. Here's a link to the door handle, and here's a picture, and here's the finish, and all the things about the door handle, and so on and so forth for every single item in your home. So the contractor has those documents to work off of, and the beautiful renderings and the demo plans and the electrical plans and every single thing noted to a T. Like, talk about, here is a gift for you, contractor. It's all done wrapped in a bow. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
So they take it and they bid it out, and then they come to us and say, designers, the budget was $150,000. We are at $175,000. So if they want to spend $175,000, that's fine. But here's some ideas I have, because they know how all the puzzle pieces go together, how I think we could shave $25,000 off to get it closer to budget. And so we're like, great, what are those ideas, and what does that look like? Then we create new renderings, and then we get all of us in a group with the client and say, client, this is how we designed it, 175. This is cutting back on these 3 items. Maybe it's not even cutting back. Maybe it's just switching out a tile. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe it's switching out. We don't do it on a 45. Maybe we do it on a, straight pattern instead, the flooring. Mm-hmm. So anyways, we show them what that looks like. And then they're like, well, how much is this floor versus this floor? How much is it to do straight lay instead of in a herringbone? Well, it's going to be $7,000. Well, to me, it's worth it to spend the $7,000 to get the herringbone because I really want it. So maybe let's do that, but maybe let's cut back and not do the wallpaper right now. What if we did like just an accent color with the sconces? Yeah. So we talk those things through and have good conversations so they know how much it's going to cost and they know what's worth it to them to spend the money on and what's not. Because until you get a dollar amount assigned to those appliances, you're not going to know whether it's worth it to spend that money on or not.
For sure.
I've had people call me, they're at the very end, like their contractors, like, you have to get me your light fixtures. Well, okay. How many do you need? I need 50. 50 light fixtures on a $2.2 million house. And how much is the budget? How much do you have left? Budget, there is no budget. Like, she has $5,000 left. I'm like, okay, so we're just doing light bulbs everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, that made her so sad. Yeah. She had no idea she was over budget. And that's because you don't have anybody advocating in between. Like, that's where we kind of put that in together. So the whole 5D thing started because of that process. And then when I went through like my awakening and doing my things, I'm like, I really want to do a podcast to educate people and get that out there. And I'm like, but it goes so much further beyond just our 5D process. It also goes into the spiritual side because there's intention behind design. That's when things happen beautifully and it doesn't feel like you had a designer helping you, but it just gives you that final look. Like, for example, we did a show home and the girls, my design team worked with the builder and they put all of the HVA system in the floor joists. So that way we kept 10-foot ceilings on the lower level. It didn't feel like a lower level because there were no difference in heights in ceiling. It just felt like it was part of the main floor. So you can make those decisions when you have those conversations up front. Yeah. And then you start those intentional designs. So it's the 5D process, bringing spirituality into design and starting my podcast.
Love it.
That's awesome. So tell us about your podcast and where people can find it.
I believe it is on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on our website. They can go to the website and sign up for a newsletter. And then through that newsletter, that will get them signed up for the podcast as well. And then all of the episodes are on the website as well.
We're hitting the road. Contractors Connect is headed to Daphne, Alabama. We're excited to break into this new market, and we want you to join us on Thursday, January 29th for our Contractors Connect pop-up. More details will be coming soon, and sponsorships are currently available. Contact us for details. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see teams make when they skip one of your 5D processes?
You know what? It happens. It happens because we can only lead people to water. We cannot make them drink it, right? So when things get skipped, things get rushed, things get missed, mistakes are made, a lot more mistakes than normal. Things get ordered when they're not supposed to be ordered and not ordered when they are supposed to be ordered. What that is, it's a lot of time, money, and frustration. And frankly, it's why some people don't even want to start a renovation project because of the headaches that they see everybody go through. And it's very frustrating. So finding a contractor that will work on those steps with you, because as a designer, you only have so much control. I don't have control over somebody's subcontractors or the contractor themselves. But it really drags it out for us. Like, we had a project drag out like 6-7 months when it should have been wrapped up in 3. Wow. I mean, and that takes time away from my designers working on other people's clients, or we're having to split time and trying to get back into this other project. Yeah. So when you have people that work with you and it's more of a team effort, it's amazing. It flows really, really well. And especially like people, the whole concept of designing it before you even really find a contractor still floors people. And I'm like, but the contractor's literally just going to throw you out a number. If you have 3 contractors come over to your house and you're like, I want to redo my kitchen, how much do you think it's going to cost? He's going to pull out, or she's going to pull out, an average number of what is the last project they did. Right. They're not asking the in-depth questions like, what really brightens your day? How do you want to use this kitchen? Yeah. Well, I was thinking of knocking down a wall so that we could make a pantry behind there, a butler's pantry, and then I wanted to do wallpaper in there. That's all going to add to the cost. And so then people are so sad when they get in and they're like, hey, you're over budget by $30,000, 25+% is the average. People go over budget on every remodel and new construction project because they're working off of allowances.
Yep.
For that one thing. You're putting the cart before the horse. And if any guys are listening, it's kind of like you're a coach of a football team and you're going to go have your team play another team, but you're not going to do any research and like see what is that team playing? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? You're just going to throw your team in and say, well, hope it all works out for you.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you can't just pull numbers out of thin air. It just doesn't, to me, it's just so backwards.
Yeah.
It's just backwards.
Yeah. Totally relatable.
Yeah.
You've talked a lot about your journey and having to move beyond perfectionism. How did you let it go?
Oh my gosh. To be honest, I was on my sofa crying because I didn't know if I wanted to keep the company going anymore. It was just such a struggle. Like everything was a struggle. Google shut us down when I moved to Florida. Like I felt like everything was against me. They said we were no longer in business in Iowa or Florida. So I've been running a company for 3 years without having Google presence.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. With 7 employees, not just by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting, but things are turning around and picking up and lightening up, thank goodness. But yeah, wait, say the question again.
How did you let go of perfectionism?
Yes. So I'm on my sofa crying. Let's go back to that
Yeah.
story. And I'm like, something's got to give. And so I thought about, I was looking at my computer and I was like, when my computer doesn't work, they tell me to unplug it and plug it back in. When my phone doesn't work, they tell me to unplug it and plug it back in. When the TV doesn't work, I'm like, okay, so I'm an electrical being. I have, electricity and energetic being. I'm not working, so I just need to unplug myself and plug myself back in. So I'm going to go to North Carolina and I'm going to find an Airbnb and I'm going to do massage, Reiki, read the Bible. I'm going to do meditation. I'm going to do like all of the things and breathe and cook and go hiking and hang onto trees and give them a hug and just be myself for 6 days. And then I was able to like come back. Well, then another big bomb hit and I was like, what do I do? And I'm like, I literally can't anymore. Like I was on my last leg then, like I literally can't. I was at the beach. I had my phone in my hand. I was like, trip to Bali, F all of this going on. Family can fend for themselves. Work can fend for themselves. EED can blow up. I do not care. I'm going to Bali. And I was getting ready to buy my plane ticket and I was just out of here. And I'm like, then all of this just follows you to Bali. Obviously, you have things to heal. So I called a friend and she's like, I have a life coach. And I'm like, well, I don't really feel like I need a life coach. Like I know what to do, but I'll give her a call. So I called her and she's like, yeah, you don't need a life coach. She goes, you need ketamine.
Oh.
And so, And so I literally did 6 ketamine treatments and then I did like within 2 weeks. And then I did while working, which was crazy. Like still going to networking events and trying to heal. And I don't recommend that. I recommend taking the 2 weeks off personally. And then 1 month later doing another treatment and another treatment, another treatment. And now I'm done. So it literally was amazing, game changer. Like I just sat there and I'm like, just help me figure this out, help me heal, show me what I need to do. And I set that intention before I went in. And then all of a sudden it was my second treatment. All I heard the words were control perfectionism, control perfection. Like somebody was just like in my ears saying those so loudly. And I'm like, show me where. And they were showing me different points in my life, different visions, different places in my life where that had a hold on me. And I was like, holy cow. I did not think that is what was really the problem or controlling it. Like I had no idea.
Right.
And so I sat and I journaled about it. That was on a Friday. So I had the rest of Saturday, Sunday, and I think Monday was a holiday. So I just sat and journaled and cried and healed and did all of the things. And like, then I went back and I went to my employees one by one and said, I am sorry. I'm clients. And I said, I am sorry. Like I've not been the best version of myself. Thank you for being here with me and sticking this out with me. And I am getting better.
Wow.
And
when was that?
That was in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was recent.
And so it made a big difference for you.
July. Yeah, July, August. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
It was huge. When you can see and like kind of like just let the medicine do its work and just let it show you what is holding you back. Because I kept getting I'm a spiritual person. So I kept getting from like my guides, I kept hearing like, you're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way. You are the one that's holding yourself back. And I'm like, how am I doing it? Like, I don't get it. Like, show me. And like trying to do all the work. But sometimes you're so in your head, You just need that space, that place to get quiet. And as you can tell, like, I love talking. So being quiet, like I'm constantly talking to myself or like doing something. I'm busy doing something. I don't allow myself enough the rest to be quiet, to sit and think. And I didn't, and now I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I do, because it makes me a really good version of myself. And I have tools in the toolbox that I can pull out when I start feeling that little bit of anxiety coming on, or those things happening, like what I told you happened yesterday, like with my employee, that have been with me for 9 years, is like, I got to move on. And I'm like, I love that for you. I'm so happy. Fly the nest, be free. Right. You are not shackled to me because you started when you were in high school. That just like, she's so precious, you know? But I'm like, go be you, do your best. Because this is going to open up opportunities for me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and in the past, I would have panicked and gone down horrible rabbit holes and like freaked out and like started posting for the position online at midnight and going down all of those roles. And I don't do that anymore.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
So kind of along those lines, what boundaries or systems have been game changers in your business? To keep you grounded and to keep you from not spiraling? Like
it's boundaries with myself. Okay. Like I have a CEO day, and every Thursday I have on my calendar to take tomorrow off. So Friday is my CEO day, and I literally say, on pain of like, you know, death, but not really. Like, do not contact me. Solve the problem yourself. It can wait till Monday. This is not surgery. Nobody's dying. It's just design. Like, it's okay. So
I say it's PR, not ER.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's perfect. So just setting the boundaries and like sticking to it, because then somebody would want to meet and I would stick it in, and I'm like, absolutely not. And I told my office manager, I'm like, you literally have to protect me from myself.
Right.
You literally have to protect, and taking those small breaks, like even if I'm working at home, stopping to go outside, do a little walk around, make a phone call, like do something, or
touch
meditate,
grass, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Tug a tree, whatever you have to do to just like literally breathe. Sometimes it's drive to the beach and just block an hour off, drive to the beach and just sit and work on your business there.
Yeah. A change of scenery can make a big difference.
Yes, just get up and move. Like I bought a little trampoline, like a little mini rebounder, and that's when I'll put 15-minute breaks in between my day, and I'll just go jump on the rebounder.
Love it.
Yeah,
I
just
love
to do
that.
all the things.
Well, let's jump a little back into design. What are some trends that you're seeing right now that you are excited about?
I'm super excited so we just won Best of Emerald Coast. Okay, so my whole ad in that magazine was inspired by the coast, not defined by it. And I showed a kitchen that I did. It's all really warm wood tones. It's minimalist in the fact that it's slab doors, wood tones, but the island is so unique. It's like a waterfall island, but there's an inlet in the island where it's cut in, and we did an inlay of metal with lighting. So there's a trim of metal and lighting. So it just being inspired by some of the coast, but not being defined by it. You don't have to do coastal blue and whites.
Right.
Like you can expand outside of those. So some people don't want to, and that's fine. We can do that. But I don't like being a copy paste designer.
Right.
Like if somebody wants copy paste, like that's not me. I mean, God bless Joanna Gaines, but I'm not the shiplap designer. I don't copy paste all that all the time. Like we like to do different things.
Yeah.
Love it.
For sure. For someone who's considering working with a designer, what's the most important thing to look for?
I think that when you're interviewing a designer, you want to understand the process for sure. You want to understand what their process is and how they work. You want to understand what their journey is going to be like. Like, what's a typical journey working with a client? Like, how in depth do you get? How are you going to protect me from myself picking the wrong things? How are you going to protect me during the actual rebuild or remodel or new construction? Like, really understand that, because you're with your designer. I mean, our typical projects last 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So you have to like the person you're with. And I tell people that when they interview me all the time, like, if you don't vibe with this, like, that's totally cool. We're not for everybody. Right. But if you sign on, just know you're getting this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
This
and
is
like,
me.
yeah. And I'm going to push you out of your envelope. I'm not going to have you do the same thing, or I'm going to take what you give me and feed on it and give you another layer to it. Like, like you like wallpaper. Let's not put it on a wall. Let's put it on the ceiling.
Yeah.
You want to do something different. And here's what it's going to look like. And here's why I think that would be really cool. You know, I want to just take people out of their comfort zone a little bit, because you want that wow factor. I don't want somebody to walk in and say, oh, I know that designer that did that. She did so-and-so down the street. And that's all the same things.
Yeah.
That's not, we don't pride ourselves on that.
Kickstart your morning with coffee, mimosas, and meaningful connections at our November Contract Her networking meetup, Caffeinate and Collaborate. This casual, energizing event is all about bringing together women in the construction and building industries to share ideas, spark conversations, and build community. Join us on Thursday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to noon at Floor & Decor in Pensacola. Tickets are on sale now and sponsorships are still available. We hope to see you there.
This has been really great. You've had a lot of really inspiring things to say, and I feel like I need to maybe
Hire a
unplug
designer.
myself too.
Yeah, I know. I do
And
that
hire a
to
designer,
people.
yeah. But let's do a rapid fire round. So we're just
Okay.
going to throw some things out at you, and you're going to give us your opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, just like first thing that comes to mind.
Love it. I don't sugarcoat, so whatever's
Okay,
going to come out, let's
All right.
go.
So what's your favorite design trend right now?
My favorite design trend is the warm wood tones. I like warm wood tone cabinets for sure.
Okay, and what is one trend you wish would disappear?
Shiplap, that's easy. I just want that to go away forever.
Yeah.
I like trim walls, trim accents. Do something really
right.
cool on the wall, like with trim and not,
Yeah.
Or paint it a different color or install it in a different way. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like subway tile. That could go away
Yeah.
too.
Right. Yeah.
I'm tired of that.
What's your dream project location?
Oh, okay. So I would say Hawaii. Hawaii has like my heart and soul, the big island of Hawaii in particular. I would love to do a project there. Every time I work with an investor, I'm like, have you ever thought about Hawaii? Because I do travel.
Yeah. What is your go-to paint color or palette?
I really like working with timeless colors and then adding a pop. So I'll work with like really soft, warm tones. Like I'm trying to think of like right off the top of my head, I should have this right. Like there's a soft white color. There is runs from Benjamin Moore. I don't know, but I can give them to you. Like cashmere colors, just really soft, light colors. But then I like the pops.
Yeah.
I do. I like not like bright, not like little boy blue, but like a really sophisticated blue, sophisticated greens,
Right.
like a green with a blue, or like even adding in like a soft mauve or a pink. Like I love that trend that's going on right now. Those muted jewel tones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your favorite space in your own home?
I would have to say the guest bedroom since we got divorced. We're still living together. Okay. So I gave him the primary and I took the guest bedroom and I just made it all me and girly.
Yeah,
and
love
I
it.
put my favorite artwork in there and it's soft
fun.
and it's very comfortable place.
Yeah.
Do you have a design idol or creative inspiration?
My grandma was my design idol. Like she really pushed and instilled creativity and like doing my own thing and it's okay to do your own thing and you don't have to conform to what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. What is your biggest design pet peeve on the job site?
Lack of communication when contractors give subcontractors information and the subcontractors show up and like, I don't know what to do. And then they ask the client, what am I supposed to be doing at your house? That drives me crazy, but I have a solution for that we're going to be starting to implement now where, can I tell you about it?
Sure.
We don't have to okay. So we make these documents and the documents are really for the contractor, but now we're going to take it down and break it by trades. We're going to take everything the electrician needs to know, everything the cabinet person needs to know, and we're going to put it all in one folder and make a QR code for it and then put QR codes on the job site and then they're like, electrician. Well, gee, I'm an electrician. I'm going to scan this if they
That's
forget the
awesome.
documents. So then they have everything. And that way, if anything
There's
changes,
no excuse.
there's no excuse. And then you can pull out the old documents and put the new ones in. So,
if
everybody
you have
has
a change.
the current.
Cool.
Love it.
That's a great idea.
Thank you so much. I have one a year and that was my one idea.
That's awesome.
What makes a space feel truly finished to you?
I think it's just the soft touches and the personal things, like adding somebody's conversation piece. Like I went night diving with the manta rays and I bought this beautiful hand carved in Hawaii, beautiful wooden hand carved piece. And it's so amazing to me. And I love it. It's like a focal point as soon as you walk into the entryway, like those finishing touches. So it doesn't look like I just went to, nothing against Pottery Barn and West Elm and all those places, but I don't want it to look like I went there and just came and put it here. I want what makes it my space? What makes it my client's space? Like I want to know those and make those spaces shine. Even in a vacation rental, there's got to be some thing that you want it to be. Like a bachelorette pad, you want to it could be a cool theme. It doesn't have to be like, penises everywhere all over the wall. But you know what I mean? Like it could be like, like you could run on the pink theme or something like that. And do it tastefully.
Right. Yeah.
Do it tastefully.
That's key. So if you weren't a designer, what career do you think you'd have?
Oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking about when I was on the floor crying or on my sofa crying. I don't know. I was thinking like I could make coconut bras and live on the beach somewhere and sell them to tourists. I don't know, because I could never work for somebody else. I couldn't go back. Yeah. I think I might learn photography. I love taking pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would, work for some photographers that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been really great. Yeah. I've loved talking to you, and now I need to go listen to your podcast.
Oh, fun. Grain of salt. It's not perfect. It's not about perfection. It's just it was about getting it done and evolving to becoming what it can be. Yeah. So I'll have to say there's some really good first ones. I had a whole thing planned out what I was going to talk to this guy about. I was on his podcast. I reciprocated. He was on mine. I gave him a little nugget. Have you ever heard of Ho'opono ono before? It's a Hawaiian phrase. It's what people do to help heal. So if you can't have an in-front conversation with somebody about you hurt me or whatever, maybe the person's gone, or maybe you're just don't have the courage to do it yet, you can do it energetically with Ho'opono ono. It's basically saying 4 phrases over and over. I love you. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I forgive you. Oh no, it's I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. And there's something else. Darn it. Why is my memory lacking right now? Anyways, there's 4 phrases. You can look it up. It's flipping amazing. I told him about it. He was not healed from what he saw his grandpa do to his grandma when he was a little boy. And he was very sad about that. And he has a whole story. It's a really good podcast to listen to. Anyways, he comes on to my podcast and he goes, I was saving for this podcast to tell you, but when you told me about Ho'opono ono, I did it. I did it to my little self. And he started crying and he goes, it healed me. And so he goes, now it's my mission to help you in your business. It was just so sweet. So nice. It's a really good, his story is very interesting.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Loved it.
Want to grow your network and your business? Join Contractors Connect, the go-to networking group for professionals in the building industry. For just $400 a year, members get 4 complimentary meetup tickets per year, a featured spot in our online directory, visibility at every Contractors Connect event, and more. Whether you're a contractor, vendor, or service pro, there's a place for you here. Join today at contractors-connect.com/memberships, and let's build something great together.
Awesome. What a great conversation we just had with Jodi. I love how she connects the design process with her growth strategy and really taught us some good tips.
Yeah, she definitely taught us a lot of great things. And one of them being that great design isn't just about how it looks, it's how it makes you feel. I definitely agree with that.
If you want to learn more about Jodi and her team, you can visit them at elizabetherindesigns.com or follow their Instagram at Elizabeth Erin Designs.
Or listen to her podcast. I'm excited to hear her podcast. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a like, a follow, a share, leave us comments. We always want to hear what you like to hear. And so send us an email at info@bespokeconsulting.com to give us your tips and suggestions.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time on Trade Talk.
Thanks for tuning into Trade Talk, powered by Contractors Connect, where construction pros connect, share, and grow.
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your crew.
Until next time,
stay sharp,
stay safe,
and keep building.